Hey guys. Okay, so today I just drew out a really rough eagle here. And again, sticking with the patriotic theme here. If you're out of the country in the United States, we're getting ready for our Independence Day, you know, when we broke away from the mighty British. So, you know, happy Peasant Day to us. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to do a blue eagle with the Tooli-Art pens. I might come back after and add some shift paint. I'm a big fan of shift paint. But for now, I'm just gonna make this eagle blue. All I did was chalk based this rock, so just a white chalk base. And then I'm using the medium Tooli. This is just the regular one. Oh, mercy me, I'm having to try to draw around this little star here that I did. I am not a perfectionist by any means. I'm a pretty sloppy artist, but one thing to remember whenever you make mistakes is you can always go back in. It's very forgiving, and you can correct your mistakes. So I always say, don't let it get to you and just flow with it, and we can go back and correct anything. You know, and the worst possible thing you're gonna do is hate the design so bad that you're going to walk away for a day or two and come back and take a look with fresh eyes. That's really important, to come back with fresh eyes and take a look. I often have my husband take a look at something. If I continue to work on something and just can't seem to get my head around it, I'll ask him to come over and look. And since he has fresh eyes, he'll be like, oh, you need to do this with the eyes, or the neck's too long, or you need to redo this, and boom. It's so easy to fix. So it helps to have somebody critique it for you, or simply just walk away for a day or two and come back, and then you'll have fresh eyes and you'll realize, oh my goodness, this is where my error is. And if both of those fail, then what you do is you paint over it. No, I'm not kidding. You can take this rock here and you can make it white again, or you can make it black, or whatever you want. And nobody will know unless you tell them that you messed up really bad. I promise you, no one will know. The biggest problem we have is we tell people where we went wrong, and you don't need to do that. Okay, so I'm not gonna completely color him in with blue because I kind of like that white area sticking out in him at the moment. So we'll see if I change my mind later. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a red stripe here. And if this one might be running low on paint, I might need a new paint pen over here. This one might be running a little low. Let me grab a different one and see this. I thought I had another red. I don't. Okay, we're gonna keep going. It's probably fine. It's just when you have these, yeah, there it goes. When you have the chalk paint, sometimes it can get caught up in the beginning, or if you're naughty like me, so let me tell you how naughty I am. I don't store my pens like you're supposed to. I know, I'm so bad. I know the right way to do it. I'm just naughty. So don't listen to me in regards to that, because I store them standing upright, and that's probably why I was having some flow problems right there with my stripe. But anyway, you see how it corrected itself. So I started painting less than 2 years ago. I bumped upon a rock at my son's swim meet. It was a frog, and it was nothing fancy, but it was cool to find it. Actually, the kids found it and they brought it to me. And I thought, gosh, I wonder who made this and left this here. And I had already joined a local rock movement, but I had not painted any rocks yet. And then once I found one, I was like, oh, I want to do this. So I had 3 bottles of like dried up 50-cent acrylic paint from Walmart from a previous craft project from literally years prior to that. And I had some nail polish. I thought, oh, I got some bright nail polish. So I went in and grabbed my nail polish, and I think I did like 8 or 10 rocks. I just kind of tossed them together. And I put them out at a local school, and people posted that they found, I think only 1 or 2 were found, but it is so exciting when somebody posts your rock, and it's just the coolest thing on earth. I can tell you that if you're in it for the posts, for people to like all of your rock designs, the percentages are not high. So if you're in it for that reason, you won't be super excited. But if you're in it for the reason to just improve your art journey or make people happy, it's totally worth getting involved in and doing. Okay, so I'm going to do this one a little bit brighter around there. And then I'm going to come in with some black. Work around his eye here a bit. And again, I am not a perfect artist. Typically, even with something like this, I would come in with a dotting tool and I would dot that center dot, because I struggle with any kind of fine lines. It's just not, it's not my thing, and I'm not a patient artist. I have people that I know and friends that I've made in the last couple years that will work on a rock for weeks and weeks, and gosh, that's wonderful. I'm so impressed with how they do things. It is not how I do things. I don't have it in me. It is just not my bag at all. So I am a very quick, very sloppy artist. And the beauty is that I don't care. And what I mean by that is I don't let it bother me if something goes really wrong with something that I'm working on. I just keep going or paint over it, and I do not let it devastate me, where I know there's people that they just get so bummed, and yeah, that's not me. Okay, so now I might even come back in here with this star, and I might use a sponge stamp to correct my star. It's very possible that I will do that, just because I'm not great at that kind of stuff. And then here I want some shadowing on the flag, at the top of the flag, so I'm going to come in here with some gray. And then I'm going to come in with, oh, I don't even have one over here. Hold on, hold tight, people. I'm gonna also come in here with some black. Okay. And then I'm going to take this black here. I hope I'm in the shot for all of this. I apologize if I'm not. So now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to just kind of outline the flag a little bit. Again, not trying to perfect it at all. I just kind of scrape across, and whatever I end up with, and I don't dwell on it. So, okay, now I'm going to come back in here with some more blue and just touch up those areas a little bit more, because now I want to add some texturing in on him after I outline him. I got to finish outlining him here. So come back in here and sorry about my kid running in and saying, Mom. I have an 11-year-old at home, and that keeps me pretty busy. Okay, so now just got to give him some personality here. So we'll kind of go maybe up and over, give him kind of a fierce brow here, and then back down. And then under here, I'm going to do a little bit there, a little bit here. Nothing super defined, just and then, you know, I think I might put some of the, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna come in here with a little bit more red and put it underneath the blue, I think. This metallic red that Tooli-Art does is really cool because it goes right over the top of the other colors and shows up. So I'm just going to come in here and do that. And let me see. Then I might even do a little white down towards the bottom if I can. And actually the white is having a hard time showing up on the blue. Let me see, do I have a metallic white? I wonder if the metallic white will work. Oh, look at that, guys. Okay, so the metallics will show up so much better on the other art Tooli, or the Tooli-Art. I'm so sorry, I'm having a hard time adjusting to that. So we're getting a little bit of color in here, so I'll probably come back, see how the color is bleeding over. I'll let it dry and come back and work on it some more. But that gives you an idea of how to do a quick patriotic eagle, and I'll come back in here and touch it up in a little bit for you. But I'm gonna sign off for a moment here. Okay, so the star was too close to his eyes. I'm gonna come back in here and I'm gonna place a sponge here, and I'm probably still gonna have to come back in and touch it up, but it's a better placement of the star at least, I think. So I'm gonna do that. And then the other thing that I wanna do is come in with just a little bit of shift paint. And actually, I'm not going to use shift paint. This is what I talk about on the fly here. I've got some metallic paint. Okay, I've got some blue metallic here instead that I'm going to play with. So And I'm just gonna put that in different spots on him. Let me turn on. Oh, I think my light burnt out down below. Okay, well, I'll have to, I'm painting in the dark with you guys. That's no good. Let me turn on my kitchen light. Excuse my dogs coming in and out of the house. Okay, maybe that's a little bit brighter for you guys to see. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back in here with my paint pen. I was really kind of hoping that that sponge would work out. The larger star sponges work out well, but the little ones do not. So I am gonna have to come back in here and clean up the star, but to give you an idea of how he's looking so far. And you know, we're about 16 minutes into it, but you're learning from my mistakes, right? So that's the important part. Okay, so now I'm gonna come back in here with a fine Tooli-Art. Oh my gosh, I need to be spanked every time I say that, right? And I'm just gonna try to touch up the points on this. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a gel pen, a gold gel pen, and go around part of the eye there, and that will really pick up as well. After I resin it, I resin everything. I'm a resin queen. So that's probably as much as I'm gonna do to him. Hope you can see him. He'll look beautiful once he's resined. But that's a quick way to use these Tooli-Art pens. You know, it's summertime, everybody's going on vacation and running to soccer matches and swim matches and baseball games and, you know, waiting in the car for your kids to come out. These pens transport so well, and you could literally do this in the lap, in your lap as you're sitting in your car waiting for your kids. So get out there and create and make some happiness, guys. Thanks for watching.